Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Cindy and today I want to talk about some issues I've had in stores and restaurants that I think you should know about. I'm not talking about the annoying little things that happen quite often here, like people trying to cut you in line for some reason, especially older people, though I have a few stories about that. And when I'm in a store and people following me in the store, the employees, not random people. And even though I said I'm just looking, they still follow me around. Not those kinds of stories. I'm talking about issues that either I can't quite wrap my head around or that I have to put a lot of effort into it to resolve the problem. The first thing I want to talk about is a little bit strange. Even when I say it, I know it's not going to make sense, so I'm going to say some stories about it as well to kind of explain what I mean and to illustrate what I mean. Does that make sense? So to help explain this further, I have two stories about being seen but not seen. And the first one has to do with me going to a rental shop to rent out a hanbok. The hanbok is a traditional outfit of Korea, and I was invited to wear it because I was graduating from a language program at the time, and we were told that we could wear the hanbok or we could wear our own country's traditional garb, or we could just choose to wear something nice. I'm from the United States. I don't know what traditional clothes we have. I don't have any of those. My parents are from two different countries. I don't know what their traditional clothing would be. I'm a bad person. Sorry, mom and dad. So I decided to wear the hanbok, and all of my classmates decided we would wear the hanbok together. So I found a rental shop and we went there together. The employee there spoke English and Korean, so I was just talking a lot with him, and he decided that I would be a size large. Now, I try really hard not to think about or worry about the number or letter on a piece of clothing. It should be more important how it fits me. But when I tried on the hanbok in a size large, it was clearly too big for me. That's when he looked at me. Like, really looked at me. Looked me up and down and was like, okay, sorry, you are a size medium. I thought you were a size large because foreigners have big boobs, so you would be a size large. And I looked back at him like, are you kidding me? Like, did you not see me? Like, I have a very small size going on here, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there are some definite perks to being a small size, but you have to put me in the right size of an outfit. That's your job. You have to look at me. The point is, he never really saw me up until that moment. He saw the stereotypical Western girl who must have big boobs, even though I was right there in front of him, clearly not having that attribute. So there you go. That's the first story of someone deciding that I looked a certain way without actually looking a certain way. The second story has to do with foundation, and it is really hard for me to find foundation even in my own country, where many brands are expanding their shade ranges. And so you can only imagine how hard it is in Korea, where the shade range is really, sadly, awfully small. Literally, the shade range can be as small as 2, and then some company is patting themselves on the back for having like 14. So I feel like I'm gonna go on a little mini rant here. Wait, mini rant time, let's go. I know there are gonna be some people who are going to tell me in Korea there's not many different people of different skin tones and types or whatever, so that's why the shade range is so small. And that really bothers me because I have been living here for many years. I walk amongst people every day, and there are more than 2 shades here in Korea, even amongst the Korean population. There's more than 2, there's more than 4, there's more than 6. There is definitely room for Korean brands to grow in their shade range, even if they're only looking to expand within the Korean skin tone market or whatever. It doesn't make sense. Even they're aware of it because they are expanding bit by bit from 2 to 4 to 6 to 14, right? Secondly, now that Korean things are very popular, the music, the TV shows, the movies, the skincare, right? All of those things are really, really popular. Foundations and other makeup products could be just as popular if they looked to expand to the international market and then expanded their skincare range. Because there are lots and lots of people who are interested who really want to try all of these foundations but cannot because there's only a few shades available. Oof, okay, I'm sweating, I'm hot. Let's keep going. Okay, so I am pale. It is agreed upon. So sometimes I think, hey, maybe that store actually might carry my foundation. Let me go check and let me see if they can match me well. So I will go there and I will ask the employee, can you help me? Because I do need help in this regard. And they will inevitably give me the lightest shade possible. Because again, they're looking at me, but not really looking at me. They look at me and they see a white foreigner, so let me hand them the lightest thing we have. Here you go, this must match you. This has not only happened to me, it's happened to a friend of mine. I was with her in the store and they tried to give her like this pink, cool undertone one that was the lightest shade. I'm like, that is in no way her color. Why are you handing this to her? I really don't understand that even though I'm pale, they're trying to recommend and push upon me a color that is even lighter than I am. For the sake of this video, I kind of thought a little more deeply about it and I came to a couple of theories, and you guys can let me know which one you think is the closest to being correct, or which ones you agree with, or which ones you think I'm stupid for even thinking about. I don't know. Here we go. Let's start. The first theory is that the employees truly think that that is the best match for me. Because if there's only this limited range, you're going to have to push people into certain boxes that they may or may not actually fit in, because that's the only choice available. The reason why I think this theory might hold weight is because for a while, even I believed it. Like, I would go into these stores, I would buy a shade that was actually too pale for me, and I would wear it, and I would think that it matched me because that's what other people had told me. So basically, I'd be putting on foundation in a mask-like way, and if you put it just here, right, it does look even across the face, but then you're not paying attention to how much of a disconnect between your jawline and your neck there is. But you can live that way, and you kind of just start thinking, yeah, this is my face color, of course, let's just go with this. I see this like mask-like effect a lot in Korea, like a lot in the subways, when I'm walking around, when I'm in the bathroom and I see girls reapplying their BB cushion. Like, there is a clear difference between everything. And this kind of leads me to maybe my next theory, which I'm kind of hesitant to talk about. And I'm not meaning this in a judging way. That is not what I try to do on this channel. I am hypothesizing that perhaps when people choose foundations here, they are not choosing it based on the idea of matching their neck and body, but they are intentionally choosing shades lighter in order to make the face look paler and brighter in accordance to perhaps their beauty standards here. So then that would mean when I go to the employee, they're not trying to match me. They're trying to pick a lighter shade so that I would look, you know, paler and brighter up here, even though that's not what I want. I want it to match to my neck. Let's move on from that kind of controversial kind of theory and move on to this third one that might be less so. I think personally for me, the issue is that my face is one color and my neck is a different color, and I'm trying to get the two to harmonize. So what I mean is, if we look here, right, I am this color. I'm this color throughout my body, but then without makeup, if you've seen me in my other videos, I'm a little bit paler on my face, and I have a lot of redness in my face. So it could be when I go to these makeup stores that they are not really looking down here, but instead only looking at my face and then trying to find a foundation that matches just my face. And then that could correspond to picking a lighter shade. As a result of all of this foundation misfortune, I actually don't even use foundation anymore. I just rely on skincare, the luck of not having a lot of acne, and I use concealer in a certain way that covers up my dark circles and my redness, but without me needing to have a full face of foundation. Oddly enough, it is a Korean concealer, so yeah. So that's all I wanted to talk about with, see me, not seeing me kind of thing. The next thing I want to talk about is really kind of important. It's really serious, so please take what I have to say and keep it in mind if you're going to make a visit here or if you're moving here. It's about allergies. I am fortunate enough to not have any known allergies. I did have an allergic reaction once to a Korean cushion, I think it was, and it was horrible. My face swelled up. It looked like I got a burn from it. It was pretty bad. It took me like over a week or two to recover because then my skin started flaking. Just a bad time. So that was my only bad experience. But there are people in the world who have to be constantly vigilant about what they eat or what they put on their bodies, or else bad things can happen. So I have to say this, and it's kind of sad to say this. You should not trust or depend on the employees here to have the knowledge necessary for you to make a decision whether or not to buy a certain product or consume a certain product. The reason why I now know how hard it is to live or travel here if you have any allergies is not because I have any, but because of one of my friends. My friend is allergic to dairy. She can only have very, very, very small amounts of gluten, and she has very, very sensitive skin. So this makes it kind of difficult in terms of shopping here for skincare or makeup, and in terms of eating and drinking here. For example, when we go to makeup stores together, we will ask for products made for sensitive skin. We will ask for products that have no fragrance in them, and yet they will present us with things that have like a mild scent to them, and then you look in the back and of course they have some kind of fragrance. So you have to do the research by yourself basically and look in the back and be careful. This is also true with food. So if the food is packaged, I would not ask another person. I would literally just look at it yourself and make sure that it's okay to consume, because other people may not know what's in it, but they think they know what's in it. The perfect example I have for this is makgeolli. So makgeolli is a fermented rice drink. It's an alcoholic drink. I really like it. I think it's great. And the common knowledge of makgeolli is that it is made with rice, right? That does not mean it's always only made with rice. So it turns out that a lot of makgeolli, if you turn the bottle over and you read it, will have flour, which she cannot consume. And yet, even when we go to restaurants, we went to Jeonju together, which is a place where everybody drinks makgeolli. It's a really big thing to do there. And the employee, I don't know if she was the owner, I wasn't there, I just heard the story secondhand. They showed her, my friend, the bottle of makgeolli and said, "You can drink this, of course." And I'm like, "No, let me check the bottle, let me see." And she had to show the employee where it was written that it has flour in it, and therefore she cannot drink it. So if you're looking at a package, I would advise you to learn the words in Korean that you are allergic to and try to search for it in there. And if you were in a restaurant and you are not sure if an item has something that you're allergic to in it, I would not ask the server only. I would make the server ask the chef. Sometimes the servers won't know, but they'll take a guess, and that guess could lead to you getting sick. So I would try to make sure that the question is being asked to the right person within that restaurant. It's really unfortunate that an allergy might block you from a lot of foods here, especially because it's not exactly common. Sometimes it's not even possible to customize your order. So if you cannot have one part of it, you might not have any of it. Those are the two big issues that I wanted to cover about like buying stuff here, whether it be items of clothing, makeup, skincare, food, what have you. It is unfortunately on you to be careful, and it's going to be on you to make the choices that are best for you. Those are the two little things I wanted to kind of talk about more, just in case maybe you're coming here to visit, coming here to live, been here for a while, and were just curious about what I had to say. Whatever it was, I really did hope you found this video entertaining and or informative, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you're having a wonderful time wherever and whenever you are. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.